Welcome everybody, it's tractorchute here, and we've just had 4 great Friday challenge games. Now for the scoring to start this baby off here. The first game we witnessed was our good man, the thing that builds buildings, Bricks versus Art. There was a couple good defense Bricks had in there off the proxy pylon. But in the end there, basically had to bag the opponent to stay in the game just so he can get his Colossi out. Opponent wasn't the greatest by no means, but overall was a half-decent game. We're going to give that baby a 3 out of 5 for this week here. And I think it was a generous 3. Let's go that way. It was on the verge of a 2, but either way, I think that's worth 3 points. In the next game, we had Hash Browns. He was playing Hampshire style. And the sickest Colossi drop I've ever seen with these 7 Colossi drop. His opponent did turtle up a fair bit, so wasn't overly aggressive to put the pressure on him. But either way, Hash Browns held his own there. I will give Hash Browns a 4 out of 5 for that game. I thought that was a decent game. In the next game, we did see Sticky Beard versus our man, Hey and Boy, Sun Thieves. Sun Thieves there. I did go back and notice that feedback was used even though it didn't commit to him winning, and the Mothership Core was on the verge of leaving his base. But like I say, it wasn't the overall turning point of the game. So I pondered giving it a 1, but at the same time, it was a tough game for him, you know. The couple little mistakes he made breaking the rules there didn't affect the game in no way, shape, or form, and he really had a very good opponent. I'm giving him a 2. I pondered a 1, but I got to give you a 2. I can't give you more than that. You did break the rules. And in the last game you've seen, it was Viddy, the man of last week, pulling the 5-point game, playing Sol Racco. Decent game. His opponent went Mass Queens, but opponent wasn't the greatest by no means in the end. They're basically pushing across the Mass Queens. And at the end, Viddy did have to build dogs, trying to fend off the Queens. He didn't have to build the dogs. If he hadn't built the dogs, I might have given him 1 more point for this, but I'm going to give him a 3. All right, and now for what we've been waiting for. Next week's challenge, and I racked my brain over this one. And going to do more of a trolling type challenge. It's going to be a tough one. A lot of people might not like this because you're going to have to pay a little bit more attention and keep a count up. But either way, here it is. By the 10-minute mark, you must have built up a Nexus, a command center, or a hatchery, or you can use your main. It's up to you. But I want you to rally that baby down to your opponent's main base and continue to build units. Your first unit must head down there and be slaughtered by the 10-minute mark. So just get a worker, just rally it down the other end. In the end of the game, I want 25 workers altogether have been rallied to the other end of the map, to your opponent's main base. So I want 25 altogether, just for trolling purposes, and you must get the win. You can do whatever you want outside of that. Like I say, rally either your Nexus, Hatchery, or Command Center. It could be an expansion, I don't care. It could even be a macro Nexus, Hatchery, or Command Center that you rally down there. It's up to you. First one must get down there by 10-minute mark, 25 altogether by the end of the game, and then get the win. And I send that baby in. Should be a fun one. Should be very humorous to see what the opponent responses are. Either way there, we might as well finish casting this one. In the lower right-hand corner, it is C. Stewart playing for Team Copper. In the upper left-hand corner, it is Higgs playing for Team ESCJP. And it does look like C. Stewart already has a proxy down in his opponent's base here, so not too shabby so far. His opponent is going into a 4-gate build, so nothing too special there. C. Stewart is trying to turtle up here. We can probably speed this baby up here. Does have 2 gateways with a cybernetics core. Take a look at the APM tab there, rocking like I expected, 28 to 19. And the units tab counts me 1 stalker for Mr. Higgs. And that 1 stalker is back at the base, but do have a probe heading up there, and there are 2. There's a stalker and a probe, so got a couple probes heading down this end of the map here. Not entirely sure why. Twilight Council already going down here, so it does look like we are going to see possibly a Dark Shrine, or maybe Zealot Legs, or maybe even Blink, but we'll soon find out. He's going to get down his 3rd hatchery, but at the same time, we have the proxies at the other end. We have 3 proxy pylons. 2 more proxies. Wow, does he like building pylons at his opponent's end here? This stalker really thinks that's a pretty darn cool robot out there, as do I. And in the meantime there, he's going to get a good warping in of 4 different units here, which will not be very friendly. And here they come. 4 units warp in here. They've got a couple units for C. Stewart there. He's trying to get him behind the wall. At the same time, doesn't have any cannons to support this wall with. Those 4 stalkers are going to end up taking out the couple stalkers C. Stewart end up having there. But now he's going to fight his way through the wall. Can he do so before C. Stewart gets more units in? C. Stewart does not have warp gate technology. Did not research warp gate technology. And now there is a boatload of stalkers trying to get into his base here. I don't think this is going to bode well for Mr. C. Stewart. Speeding up to 4 times, but I do believe this is going to end fairly quick. And this was more or less an announcement video. Very well done. C. Stewart, you have taken a loss. My condolences to you and my congrats to you, Higgs. And I leave you with this. Join my Facebook fan page. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Keep an eye out for birds in the sky, planes on the ground, and clouds that are white. Thanks so much for watching. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.